Hello guys, and welcome back to Rust. Now, I just want to start off by saying I know it's been a while since I've made a video. I did plan on doing update videos in between the time that I haven't uploaded, but there's been literally nothing to cover in the recent updates. They've been pretty poor in terms of, features. All they've done is it's basically just been like balancing and then unbalancing and all that shit. But, I've had to start work recently, and, that's why there's been a lack of videos. But I'm going to start trying to make some again. And, so in my hand, if we jump right into the update, you can see the new gun. This is a double-barreled shotgun. Now, it's quite cheap, and it's unlocked at level 15. And, it's sort of, I think it's meant to be like a step above, the crossbows and the early weapons. So if we go ahead and shoot it at this wall, you can see that it's got some pretty big spray, and the recoil is fucking insane. If I shoot this one at like the same range, you can see the group is a little bit tighter, not massively though. And then if we finally shoot the pump, that grouping is much tighter than both. But honestly, I don't see much point in this weapon. The recoil just basically makes it unusable. Like if you compare it to the recoil of this gun, the sights don't move that significantly. So honestly, it needs balancing, and I imagine they will reduce that recoil eventually. But I'm not going to use it until they do, because while you can get higher damage output, it's just kind of pointless if you can't fucking aim at someone. It's also got quite low accuracy, and the fire rate is pretty appalling. So I'm going to say it's not really worthwhile, to be honest. But next we have the crossbow. They have de-nerfed it. Now basically you can sprint and reload this again, and it now does the same damage as it did before. A lot of people were upset by the fact that the crossbow was pretty severely nerfed, and I can understand why, because it is a skill-based weapon, and taking skill-based weapons away from your player base is pretty silly. And the next thing we have here is the Satchel Charge. Now these are basically just the same as timed explosive charges, but they're much cheaper. They basically cost you a small stash and... oh, that went out. So yeah, they cost a small stash and several bean can grenades. They are incredibly unreliable, which makes them kind of pointless. So that's one. So one has done... they both did, just under 200 damage. Which isn't great, but, let's see what they do to a stone wall. Let's drop 2 on each one. Yeah, so they're kind of... I don't know, they're a bit fiddly, and I don't know if there is actually much use to them. But yeah, they're not going to be that good on the higher tier stuff. That you will just want to use C4. Now, there's been a few changes to how C4 is crafted itself, and the fact that gunpowder now takes 2 seconds to craft, and the explosives themselves take 5 seconds. This is a pretty needed change, to be honest, because it took an appallingly long time to actually, to actually craft all this stuff. You just sit there AFK for days. There's also been a change to reviving players. Now it takes 6 seconds instead of the previous, pretty much instantaneous, waking up. There's also been a whole, host of balances to armor. So if you're fully geared now, you will... oh, I leveled up. Yeah, if you're fully geared, weapons will now do 15% more damage to a fully geared person, just so it's a little bit more fair, and the armor isn't as OP. They've also done it so that clothes now actually add armor, so they'll be much better against crossbows, arrows, but against bullets they'll be slightly weaker. There's also been changes to a lot of crafting times and stuff like that, and they've shown some pretty cool concept art, like these. But yeah, there's also some concept art on a new rifle, which is really cool. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. If you want to read through, it will be in, or there'll be a link in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.